Alright, this is Going to California Guitar Part 3. So we're going to start with 6 measures of rest here. Then you bring in this figure at measure 7. Now what I do, bar, top 2 strings at 5th fret. And so you're in 5th position here. You're going to play G with your 4th finger. After every note, you're going to play this A that you're barring here. So you're kind of walking down G, A, F sharp, A, E, A, then reach for D, A, that D being on the 3rd string, 7th fret. So, I'll show you again. Then you walk it back up. The measure 9, just end on a G. And then that'll transition you into chords. So one more time, let me show you how this goes. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then it sets you up for 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now these chords here, what I'm doing, you have an open G, B, I'm sorry, G and B. So since we came out of this holding that G there, I'll just put my 3rd finger on this B, hit the chord in measure 10, then I come down here. It's kind of like part of a G chord. Well, it is a G chord. Open G, D, and G. Then I just transition back and forth. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So then at measure 13, you actually go to a D chord. And what's happening in this section, you're going the harmony is going between a D chord and a G chord. So from here, you go to. So I'm using my P finger on open D. I use M and A here too. You have an I'm sorry, D, F sharp, just like that. Only we're not playing the A. Then you're shifting up, F sharp A, just moving the notes higher. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, back. 2, 3, 4. And at measure 17, we go back to that G. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So it continues on like that until you get to measure 25 and you get to a new section. Now right here, we start with a D minor chord. This whole time we've been in D major, but then all of a sudden there's this big D minor chord. Hitting an open D, another D, only higher. Instead of playing it here, play it on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger on an F natural, 1st finger on an A. That's our D minor chord. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to a G chord, only it's up here. This is, if you can see here, it's the same shape as like a D chord, only we have it in 7th position. So we're going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then back to D major. Now it's just like the D minor, only 4th finger is on F sharp. So I'll show you this section one more time. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing I should mention too here, I'm plucking with P, I, M, A on all 4 strings. Alright. So we get to measure 35, and we get some more chords, some arpeggios. Now we're back to a G chord, only this time instead of holding them and shifting them, what we're doing, playing like part of a G chord here, and using P-I-M-A. It's actually P-I-M-A-M-I. Show you that again. P-I-M-A-M-I, P-I-M-A-M-I. Now your right hand is going to continue that figure from 35 until 58. You change it, and what you're doing, you're going back and forth between this G chord, 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 4, P-I-M-A-M-I to a D chord. Exact same figure, just on a D chord, P-I-M-A-M-I, 1 and 2 and 4, back to a G. Just kind of going back and forth like that. So 4 measures on each chord from 35 until 58, then you end on a D major chord. Then 59, so when everybody comes in at 59, this nice big section, and you have a D minor chord, D, A, 4th finger on D, first finger on F. Now, you can strum these chords with your P finger. You have 4 beats on each, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So do that for 4 measures. Then you're going to get to an A7 chord. You have an A, E, open G, C sharp, E. Just a nice big. So that's 59 4 measures, D minor, until 63, and then 4 measures of A7, same kind of thing. 67, we transition a little bit. We get some interesting chords here. We go D minor. This is a kind of augmented chord here, or some people call this minor major. It's a D minor chord, but it has a major 7th in it, C sharp. So what we're doing, D minor, there's an A in the bass too this time. It's sort of like an A minor shape moved to the higher strings. Then F, C, A, low A. Then you just lift this first finger and you get a B in there. So let me show you that in time. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Then an A7 chord at 71. 2, 3, 4. So that is that section. Now the outro here, we have 10 measures of rest. Then we come in at 82 with a figure that kind of hints at another line from earlier in the piece. Come in on the 4th beat at 82. Now what you're doing, playing sort of a part of a D chord. Set up in a D chord shape, and what you're going to be doing is just either playing this open E with your 2nd finger up, and keeping 2nd finger down on F sharp. In the right hand, P-I-M, 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 P-I-M. So let me show you here at 82. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. You continue this figure until the end. Let's say we're at 87 here. 87 kind of starts to slow down. You hold that F sharp there, and then quietly watch your conductor play part of a D chord here at the end. And that is part 2.